Dorado by Baroness Orczy. Part 1. 1. In the Théâtre National. And yet people found the opportunity to amuse themselves, to dance, and to go to the theater, to enjoy music and open-air cafes, and promenades in the Palais Royal. New fashions in dress made their appearance, milliners produced fresh creations, and jewelers were not idle. A grim sense of humor, born of the very intensity of ever-present danger, had dubbed the cut of certain tunics tête tranchée, or a favorite ragout was called à la guillotine. On 3 evenings only during the past memorable 4.5 years did the theaters close their doors, and these evenings were the ones immediately following that terrible 2nd of September, the day of the butchery outside the Abbaye prison, when Paris herself was aghast with horror, and the cries of the massacred might have drowned the calls of the audience, whose hands upraised for plaudits would still be dripping with blood. On all other evenings of these same 4.5 years the theaters, in the Rue de Richelieu, in the Palais Royal, the Luxembourg, and others, had raised their curtains and taken money at their doors. The same audience that earlier in the day had whiled away the time by witnessing the ever-recurrent dramas of the Place de la Révolution, assembled here in the evenings and filled stalls, boxes, and tiers, laughing over the satires of Voltaire or weeping over the sentimental tragedies of persecuted Romeos and innocent Juliets. Death knocked at so many doors these days. He was so constant a guest in the houses of relatives and friends that those who had merely shaken him by the hand, those on whom he had smiled, and whom he, still smiling, had passed indulgently by, looked on him with that subtle contempt born of familiarity, shrugged their shoulders at his passage, and envisaged his probable visit on the morrow with light-hearted indifference. Paris, despite the horrors that had stained her walls, had remained a city of pleasure, and the knife of the guillotine did scarce descend more often than did the drop scenes on the stage. On this bitterly cold evening of the 27th Nivose, in the 2nd year of the Republic, or, as we of the old style still persist in calling it, the 16th of January, 1794, the auditorium of the Théâtre National was filled with a very brilliant company. The appearance of a favorite actress, in the part of one of Molière's volatile heroines, had brought pleasure-loving Paris to witness this revival of La Misanthrope, with new scenery, dresses, and the aforesaid charming actress to add piquancy to the master's mordant wit. The Moniteur, which so impartially chronicles the events of those times, tells us under that date that the Assembly of the Convention voted.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?